and Corpus.
I'm Dr. Timothy Tanlisay, and so I'm an ophthalmologist, and Dr. Casey is a rehab medicine specialist. But for our YouTube channel, we want to discuss more about spirituality and health. So, Doc Casey, can you start to say something about spirituality and health?
Okay. Uh, so I have a question, or most of us are wondering, why do we get sick? Why do people get sick? Why do they have cancer or some other chronic diseases? And we would like to discuss how to heal ourselves through spiritual means. So, Dr. Tim, why do you think people get sick?
So for me, it's like it's mixed. There's that concept of the environment causing illnesses as well as those within ourselves, so our consciousness and um, and what we have inside. It's like I feel that many of the chronic illnesses that we have is actually a problem with consciousness in such a way that, for example, we tend to lose hope, or we have many of the illnesses. Usually, they are brought about, or they are diagnosed at the point when there is some sort of struggle or a very trying point in a person's life. And I think this should be delved more, because we know, as doctors, we know the science of it all, how hypertension is caused by um, atherosclerosis, by the decrease in the caliber of your blood vessels. But how does it go about? So it's like the question of the chicken and the egg. So how does atherosclerosis? We know the pathogenesis, pero um, we like we need to like dig deeper. What's the true cause? What's why people have these chronic diseases? So what are your thoughts, Dr. Casey?
When we start to get sick, what happens before the process? Ano ba nangyayari? Usually, we when we get sick, we are already stressed. Okay, so when we are stressed at work or at inside our homes or anything, what there's this when you get stressed, there's this reaction in our bodies which releases, for example, the stress hormones, the so-called what do you call this?
Cortisol.
Cortisone, yeah, the free radicals. The body secretes free radicals, so it affects our general well-being. And of course, when we get stressed, our immune system it drops to a certain level, weakening our immune system, and then we are more prone to infection, like viruses and bacteria. So if you see the physical body, us people, we also have other levels of being. How do we explain this?
Like other
We don't only have physical bodies, but we also have other
higher bodies,
higher bodies,
emotional, our mental, and our identity bodies.
Identity bodies. So take note. Dr. Tim mentioned about our emotional bodies. So where do you think stress happens? It happens in our higher bodies, in our emotions, in our thoughts, and in the way we believe in what we believe in.
So yeah, since we talk about emotions, you know that when, for example, yung parents natin galit na galit, hina-high blood niyo ako. So that emotion, that strong emotion, is actually causing an imbalance in your system. And that imbalance causes, your blood pressure to rise, leading to an hypertensive crisis. So it's important to note that yes, there is a pathophysiological explanation for diseases like hypertension, but in everyday life, we know na yun, pag nagagalit, yun, biglang may heart attack, biglang
Stroke.
nasa stroke, because this heightened emotions actually cause those your body to malfunction in a way that this illness um, will surface. So alam natin actually yan. We know that for a fact na yun pag nagagalit nag-hypertension. But do we? But most doctors do not really delve on that emotional aspect of disease, which I think is important, especially with the current climate that we have now um, there's so many illnesses and many people suffering mentally, and so yeah, I just feel that this aspect of your emotional body causing disease needs to be looked at more and more by the common people, by us doctors, on how we can resolve these issues in the emotional body.
So, guys, take note. Our emotions affect our bodies, how our bodies respond. And then there's another level, a deeper level, the mental level. We'll go to the mental level. So, for example, when you are driving one day, you are happy, listening to the music, you feel relaxed, and then all of a sudden you thought of your boss, of your, for example, you thought of your enemy. So what happens suddenly? Suddenly you become emotionally distressed. Okay, and then once you become emotionally distressed, your body now responds to the emotions. So do you see the connection, guys? Our thoughts can affect our emotions, and our emotions will affect our bodies. And not only that, I always hear people say na, ganito talaga ako, mainitin ang ulo ko. Nainis ako sa mga ganyan. It's not really the situation or the people that causes us or that cause us stress, but our reactions, our behavioral patterns that triggers the stress. For example, I am naturally hot-headed. Mainitin ang ulo ko. So every time I see something I do not want, I will react that way. So I saw something, so I thought, that's not good. That's against my standards. How do you call this? So for me, for example, I don't like what I'm seeing, so I react negatively. So causing me anger, and then this anger will affect our bodies in the long run. And since our behaviors, we are programmed since birth. For example, since childhood, I was programmed, for example, to be mainit ang ulo or a hothead. That behavioral pattern will continue affecting my body in the long run. So producing all sorts of chronic diseases in the future. So you see how our thoughts, our mental bodies affect our emotional bodies and our physical bodies.
So correlated to that, we know that, for example, diba, when you feel anger, it's actually an emotion that yes, there's actually an outward force. Okay yan kung, for example, nandyan yung kaaway mo, kasi parang pinagalitan mo, nagdamog ka, mafe-feel yung emotional energy from you towards him. But for example, a very common example yung mga driving, di ba? When we drive, then meron sumingit sa atin, and then nainis tayo. Pero actually, pag nainis ka, hindi naman affected yung nagsingit sa'yo. Ikaw yung affected. So you're actually punishing yourself with that negative energy of anger. So the best talaga is to try to resolve that reaction, because parang yung reaction minsan for us second nature. For example, like what Doc Casey is saying about Ganun talaga ako, mainitin ang ulo. So it's just a cycle. So you're accumulating all those anger energy. So the way to heal is to break that cycle so that you don't accumulate all this emotional energy within yourself, and then that will manifest to a disease later on.